Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another installment of The Locker Room. I am your host. You already know who it is, man. It's your boy Reggie. Now listen, things are about to go left in Brooklyn with Kyrie Irving and the Brooklyn Nets. Now, if you guys don't know, the Brooklyn Nets had a game last night in Brooklyn, and they defeated the Memphis Grizzlies. As you guys can see on the screen, the Brooklyn Nets won by a score of 127 to 115. And Kyrie Irving finally made his return after being suspended for posting a link to an anti-Semitic movie on Amazon. Now, what was interesting to me is that a group of protesters decided to march in unison with Kyrie Irving. So as you guys can see on the screen, it says the Black Hebrew Israelite group continues protests outside the Nets game at the Barclays Center. And the article goes on to say that for the second straight game at the Barclays Center, a Black Hebrew Israelite group protested ahead of the Nets showdown with the Memphis Grizzlies on Sunday night. The group was there in support of Kyrie Irving, who was coming back from what had been an 8-game suspension handed down by the Brooklyn Nets. The group, which was wearing shirts with the name Israel United in Christ, stood near the top of the Atlantic Avenue subway entrance with a large group as they preached their message over a portable sound system. Other members stretched a large swath of the arena on both the Atlantic Avenue side of the Barclays Center and the Flatbush Avenue side of the building, handing out literature. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Kyrie Irving came back last night, had a okay game, as you guys can see on the box score. He had 14 points in 26 minutes, went 5 of 12 from the field, so not a very efficient night, and maybe there was a lot on his mind. Now, after the game, they interviewed Kyrie Irving, and this is what he had to say.
Hey, Kyrie, how did it feel getting out there for the first time since the last time you were out there?
Felt good. Felt good. Just missed my teammates, missed the coaching staff. Just getting prepared with them in the morning or in the rising and then carrying over to the game. Felt good.
What do you think, I guess, is going to take for you guys to catch your stride as a unit and build that chemistry that you guys need to get?
Just trust what Jock has going on in terms of leading our coaching staff, and then us as players, just going out there and having fun, not putting too much pressure on ourselves. But it felt good to get this game out of the way, and now we can move forward with the rest of the season.
Did you ever have any fears, doubts, whatever, that you would never get this chance that you guys wouldn't be able to work through this and get you back here to playing for the Nets again?
Never had a doubt.
Hey, Kyrie. There was a group of about 100 people outside wearing the shirt of a group called Israel United in Christ, a group labeled as a hate group by the Southern Poverty Law Center. They were outside in support of you and handing out anti-Semitic literature on the plaza to people walking by. And I was wondering if I can get your reaction to that.
I didn't see it. What happened? There was a group outside?
There was a group outside, 100, possibly more. They were wearing a shirt called Israel United in Christ. They're a group labeled as a hate group by the...
I think that's a conversation for another day. I'm just here to focus on the game.
Kyrie, but you've said this whole time that you didn't know what kind of what kind of voice you had, but if these are the people that are out here in your name, do you feel like that's a consequence of what you've done?
Again, I'm just here to focus on the game.
Just wondering what you've seen from Ben in terms of his progression from when you were last on the court to now.
He's just playing with a lot more confidence. I was joking with some of the guys in the locker room. It's good to see us in shape where we're not huffing and puffing after 5 straight possessions on the offensive end and defensive end. And they just started laughing. Because we know in the beginning of the season we weren't in the best shape possible, so we had to work our way into it, guys coming back from injury. So it feels good when you could just flow into the game and just let it come to you and then make your impact by trusting the execution and the game plan.
I guess wear on your condition at all, and do you have to kind of get back in the flow with
them? You saw me dribbling the ball out there. The ball was just miraculously just going out of my hands. So that's just some rust and just getting back into NBA basketball. There's no way I can create NBA basketball when I'm just sitting at home with my friends. As much as I want to compete with them, as much as I love it, it's just nothing like being out here.
Kyrie, forgive me if you've been asked this already, but when you were suspended, there were a lot of players around the league, Jaylen Brown is one specifically that didn't like the way your suspension was handled. I'm just curious if you ever thought about filing a grievance or exploring those avenues at all.
I got to leave that to my legal team and leave it to the warriors I have around me. I have some strong people, men and women around me that are going to do everything possible to make sure that I'm protected and my family's protected and we protect one another. So, I'm sure some things will be done in the future, but there's no timetable on that.
So, as you guys just heard Kyrie Irving, man, you know what? He seems a little bit humbled after the situation, but he is still seemingly letting his nuts hang. As you guys saw by the hat he was wearing, I believe it said Organic Negro. Now, this is what Kyrie Irving tweeted. He said, "To all of you that are standing next to me on this journey, I want to say thank you. I love you, and I honor your fearlessness and bravery. You motivate me more than you know. Now let's build and celebrate one another." Hella, right? I'm not sure what that means. Now, one guy who was very fearless and standing with Kyrie Irving was one Jaylen Brown. Now, Jaylen Brown saw the video of the protesters outside of the Barclays Center, and he tweeted energy, right? And apparently, man, a lot of people weren't feeling it. And he walked back those statements with this tweet, ladies and gentlemen. He went on to say that I was not aware of what specific group that was outside of the Barclays Center tonight. I was celebrating the unification of our people, welcoming the return of Kyrie to the court. First glance, I thought it was a known fraternity, the Omega Psi Phi, showing support. Listen, I'm going to tell Jaylen Brown like this, right? You might just want to stay out of this at this point, bro. The Brooklyn Nets and Kyrie Irving are in a toxic relationship, bro, okay? So at this point, go ahead, do yourself a favor, stay out of this situation, and just continue to focus on the game of basketball, man. Because like I just played for you guys, man, Kyrie Irving has, a lot going on right now. I want to get you guys' opinions in the comments down below, man. What should Kyrie Irving do at this point? Should he continue to, stand on whatever he was standing on, or should he just, probably focus on the game of basketball at this point? Me personally, I think, man, listen, if you want to play the game of basketball, you got to just do what they're asking you to do. If you don't want to do what they're asking you to do, then you should probably go ahead and just retire, and then, you can pretty much do whatever you want to do. But I'm about to play you this clip of the protesters outside of Brooklyn Nets game, and I want to get you guys' thoughts in the comments down below.
Some of us used to be in the club.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this was another installment of The Locker Room. I'm going to catch you guys on the next one. Peace.